Hello students, in this video we are going to see about the sex determination. When you come towards the word as a sex determination, it determines the sex of an individual to identify whether it is male or female. To know whether it is going to represent the homozygosity or the heterozygosity. So basically in case of the sex determination there are two types. One is called as male heterogamety and female heterogamety. In case of the male heterogamety, again there are two types. One is called as XX and XY type. The other one is called as XX and X0 type. So in case of the male heterogamety, the males are the one which is going to have the two different types of the gametes. So this is going to represent with a female and this is with your male. So the males are the one which is going to give the presence of the heterogamety in case of the offsprings. So when you have a Punnett square, for example, you're going to take the Punnett square as such. So this is with your X and X and this is with your X and Y. You're going to call this one as XX and when you're going to cross, this will be XX, this will be XY and this will be XY. So the XX is going to represent a female. This is also going to be a female. This will be a male and this will also be a male. So in this case, you can observe that the sex of the offspring. This is the offspring. The sex of the offspring is being determined by male. It is not with the female because the males are the one which is going to have two different types of gametes. Two different types of gametes. So you can take the examples here, that's about the humans, and also you can take the example of the Drosophila. That is the example. In this also, when you come towards X and X0 type, it is not O, it is 0 type. It does not have any another type of a chromosome. So this is going to represent again with a female and this is going to represent with a male. You can take the example here of the grasshopper. So in case of a grasshopper, they have the presence of 24 chromosome. So 24 chromosome will be present in female and the males are going to have only 23 because one, they do not have any chromosome at all. In the same manner, when you are going to have a Punnett square, the crossing between each other. So this will be your XX, this will be your X0, XX and X0. So again, these two are going to represent with the female and these two are going to represent with the male. So this is how the male is going to determine the sex of the offspring because of the two different gametes. The same way when you come towards the female, in case of the females, the female heterogamety, again it is going to be having two types. One is called as ZW type. The other one is called as ZZ and Z0 type. So here the females are the one which is going to have the heterogamety. So this will be with your male and this will be with your female. The same way you can consider when you're going to cross it, the offsprings. Here it was the male who is going to decide the sex of the offspring. So it is called as male heterogamety. But in this case it is the female which is going to decide the sex of the offspring. So it is called as the female heterogamety. The example you can take, that is with the birds and also with the butterflies. And a few of the fishes is also going to exhibit. You can have a Punnett square where you can show the presence of ZZ and the ZW. So you can observe here. So this will be with your the male and these two with be with your female. So the female is going to give the sex of the offspring. And another one, ZZZ0 type. This will be with your male and this will be with the female. The same, the crosses you can consider. The example here with certain type of butterflies and also the moths. So these are the common examples. So this is how the sex determination is being done in different type of the organisms. Apart from this, when you consider the presence of honeybee, in case of honeybee, it is going to represent the haplodiploid type of sex determination. In case of the honeybee, they have presence of 32 chromosomes. And here two types are going to exist. One, it can be unfertilized eggs. And the other one is fertilized eggs. The unfertilized eggs usually will be haploid and the fertilized eggs are the one which will be in the diploid form. The unfertilized eggs is going to have only 16 chromosomes and the fertilized eggs is going to have 32 chromosomes. So when this is going to develop again into a male, it is going to give the 16 chromosomes. This one is going to divide into 16 and 16. When these two are crossed, you are going to get the diploid form, 32 chromosomes, and that is going to develop into female. And this one again, it is going to develop, only it will be 16 and that is going to develop into the male. So this type of the unfertilized eggs where it is going to develop into the male, the process is called as parthenogenesis. So parthenogenesis means where the development of the organism, that's the male organism, is going to take place without the fertilization process. That is called as the parthenogenesis. So these are the different types of the sex determination which will be observed in the organisms. Apart from this, there are the certain other examples also, which includes about the free martins. When you come towards the word as a free martin, the free martins usually you can observe in the certain type of a mammals. So it was observed in the cattle, where the free martins were first observed by a scientist called as Lilly in the year 1977. So it was observed in the dizygotic twins. So dizygotic in the sense where they have the presence of the the eggs are going to be separate. Two different eggs are going to be fertilized by the two different sperms, and it can be the presence of the two different sex or it may be same sex in the offspring. But it was observed, that is in the cattle, the Lilly observed in the opposite sex. In the opposite sex, where he observed that the presence of a female cattle showed many characteristics of the male because of the certain cellular materials which is going to occur in the female organisms. So that was observed in the females. The female acquires the cellular material from the male twin via the vascular connections between the placenta. So through this, the placenta, the hormonal changes are going to occur where it is going to give an infertile female with the masculinized behavior, and it is a non-functioning ovaries also. So the free martins is going to basically develop the female where the female is going to show more of the male characters, and that is being called as the masculinized nature. That is one thing. Another example you can take, that's about the gynandromorphs. When you come towards the gynandromorphs, the gyn refers for woman and andro refers for man and morpho refers for the organisms. So in the gynandromorphs, the organisms are called as gynanders. The organisms are called as gynanders. So it was first observed in the Drosophila by the Morgan and the Bridges. It was also later observed in the certain honeybees and also the silkworms also. So what happens in the gynandromorphs? So when you consider the Drosophila, that is the fruit fly, they showed the presence of both the male and the female characters. The male and the female characters which were present, it may be if you are going to consider this as the animal, the anteriorly they may have the female character and posteriorly they may have the presence of the male character. Or it may be bilateral also. Half body is the female and half body is the male. So likewise, if you are going to take the example of a wings also. So usually the wild wings we are going to consider with the male organism, and the females are going to have with the shorter wings will be present. If it is a gynander, then the Drosophila is going to have one side of a male wing and another side it is going to have with the female wings. So that is how the gynanders are going to be formed there. So the gynanders, as I told, that it may be the anterior posterior in nature, where half body anteriorly it may be female and half body posteriorly it may be the male, or it may be the bilateral nature or the sex piebald. So the sex piebald are the one where it is a female animal. The tissues are also from the female body only, but they show certain spots of male also. Certain spots of the males are also will be present. So any type of the gynanders can be observed in case of the Drosophila or in case of the silk moths or with the honeybees, and those are called the phenomenon as the gynandromorphs. Another example is the genic balance theory. So with the genic balance theory, it states it was also observed by Calvin Bridges in the year 1926 in the Drosophila melanogaster, that is the fruit fly. It states that instead of XY chromosome, which is called as a sex chromosome, instead of XY chromosome, the sex is determined by the ratio between the autosomes and the X chromosomes. So usually the Drosophila is going to have 8 chromosomes, in which 6 are called as autosomes and 2 are called as sex chromosomes. So here the Y chromosome is not going to decide the sex of the offspring. It is with the autosomes which is going to decide with the sex of the offspring. So if you are going to call X as a sex chromosome, the A you are going to call it as the autosomes representation. If X by A, that is X divided by A, if it is 0.5, then the animal is going to develop into male. If X by A is equal to 1, the animal is going to develop into female. If X by A is in between 0.5 to 1.0, they are being formed as the intersex, which can be called as the gynanders. X by A, if it is above 1.0, so those or animals are called as meta females, or that is also called as super females. If X by A is below 0.5, it is called as meta males, or it is also called as the super males also. So this is how in case of the Drosophila, the sex is going to be determined. So as a word with the sex determination, it can be with any type of the chromosomal structures which is going to give the individual the presence of whether it is a male or whether it is a female or whether it is the gynanders. So this completes with the sex determination. Thank you.